Hello there. Hello there, everybody. It's me, your Star Wars dad. Do the liking and subscribing. Do your family and friends a favor. Do your guild a favor. Make your game better. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. It's good to see everyone today. And the question for today is farming the core teams of the game, the core 8 teams, while not getting a Galactic Legend. Is that farming method dead? Now let's talk a little bit about it. I'm sure that some of you, I'm probably really greatly offending many of you right now. This is a strategy that really, I look at AP Games. He came up with a strategy, and I think a lot of people have kind of jumped on board over time, but farming those core 8 or 9 teams, CLS, Darth Vader, Padme, the Revens, who else in there, the Bounty Hunters, farming those core 8 or 9 teams and not going after Galactic Legends and performing well in Grand Arena, being able to contribute to your guild and just generally having an overall balanced roster going into the game. Is that still the farming method, or are people now kind of converting based on some changes in the game and really just going straight after Galactic Legends and maybe some other stuff to do well? You know, the original idea of the core 8 or 9 teams, it started back, and I remember AP doing this. It started back in the original Grand Arena iteration, where you were grouped together with people in your same galactic power range, and then you fought them for 4 weeks, and you climbed the ladder in that range, right? And you could get to the end of it, and whoever came out on top, you got better rewards as you climbed within. So you could go from Bronzium or whatever all the way up to Kyber. So even a 2 million account could be in Kyber 1 by the end of the season. That's how it worked. It's just Kyber, I think, actually. But that's how the old system worked. And that would rank you in Kyber 1 through whatever. So you would have a lot of success with that, with these core teams. If you jump into Grand Arena at level 85 and you've got a CLS team, you got a really solid Darth Vader, and you're sitting there with maybe Jedi Knight Revan or Darth Revan, you're going to smoke some people. Your roster's going to be performing better than people who haven't farmed those core teams, and it makes a lot of sense. However, you know, the Grand Arena is structured a little differently now, so let's talk about those changes to the game that may make this strategy, while not completely gone. Before hang on, hold on. We're talking about arena changes. Let me say let me load this core thing. This is not a bad strategy. You're not gonna do yourself harm by still doing the strategy today. It is still legit. It still makes sense. However, there are a lot of changes that have come to the game since this strategy began that maybe there are different ways to do the farming that are equally as productive or possibly more productive. And to start with the first change, we look at the arena changes that have happened since then. You know, for a long time in this game, like 5 or 6 years, maybe 6 years, Squad Arena was your main source of crystals. You climb to the top of Squad Arena, get number 1, 2, 3 every day. You're getting 350 to 400 crystals a day, 450 to 500 maybe it was. They changed that when Grand Arena came out a few years ago. Actually, no, they changed this with the Grand Arena changes in November 2021. So, what is that? 14 months ago. They changed all that, and they put those crystals into Grand Arena. So now, your daily crystal income is determined by where you are placed in Grand Arena. Are you in Bronzium 1? Are you in Rhodium 2? We can look at mine. You know, right now, I'm just signing up for the new Grand Arena. I'm sitting right now in a Rhodium 3. So I get daily rewards of crystals based on where I am in Grand Arena. I can't actually see it here, I don't think. Can I pop in there? Let me find out if there's ways to get. So you get daily rewards of crystals based on where you are in Grand Arena, as opposed to where you're climbing. It's like I get 150 crystals a day for being a Rhodium 3, and those rewards change. You know, as you're in the bottom parts, I have my other account that's still like Carbonite 4. Look, 75 crystals a day. Or Carbonite 1, 75 crystals a day. Bronzium 5 is 80 crystals a day, etc. So as you move up each level, you gain 5 crystals. And what's the challenge there? The challenge is that having a smaller roster, no matter what the composition, is going to be difficult, because there are people with much bigger giant rosters. You guys have all seen it. We've talked ad nauseum about it. These people are sitting in your arena. So whereas the goal used to be focusing on Squad Arena or focusing on Grand Arena to climb and get better rewards as you climb Grand Arena. Now, to really climb in Grand Arena and get the best rewards, you have to have a bigger roster or be able to compete against bigger rosters, maybe they have worse mods or don't follow the game as well. And can you do that with those core teams? Maybe, but there was the great nerf of 2020 we talked, we've known about that for a while. Vader, Gas, Thrawn used to be able to counter Galactic Legends, and that is, while that's still, you can still put 2 or 3 teams together to beat a Galactic Legend in the right situation, it's not the case anymore where you can just really have a true, tried, relied on teams to counter those big Galactic Legends, Jedi Master Kenobi, Lord Vader, and if they have Datacrons, I don't forget it. So, the arena changes themselves, just the fact that your crystals are from Grand Arena now, and Fleet Arena. If we look at Fleet Arena, that's where all the crystals are. And how do you climb in Fleet Arena? We all know this. So if you get to the top of Fleet Arena every day, your prizes, 11 to 20 is 100 crystals. Crystals are the currency of the game. You need to be in top 5 of Fleet Arena if possible. What's the fastest path to getting to the top of your Fleet Arena? Yeah, you can get the Negotiator like me, or the Malevolence like me. You can get them pretty fast unlocked. However, the faster you can get to, in my opinion, the Executor. Their Profundity as well, but Profundity is kind of a more difficult farm that doesn't overlap with as many other farms. The faster you can get to Executor or Profundity, the faster you're going to climb to the top of your Fleet Arena shard and be getting those daily crystals and hold your position, not have to fight up 10, 11, 12 spots, have some RNG. The faster you get it, the faster you're at the top of your Fleet Arena, earning those crystals every day. And this was, while it was the case back when this whole, core teams idea started, it was not as much the case. Fleet Arena was some crystals, but you're going to get more in Grand Arena by climbing to that Kyber level. So, fleets are even more important. Farming teams that will get you to that Executor fleet is even more important now. So, that's what I'm saying. What am I saying? The core teams are there. They're still really valuable, but there's even more changes to the game since this idea started, and that comes along with Omicrons. Right now, guys, you can farm. There are 1 character teams you can throw an Omicron on that can function just as well as one of those full teams. I can Zeta, if I Zeta my Anakin my Jedi Knight Anakin, and I put a Qui-Gon Omicron with them, I can kill bugs. There are many teams that I can kill in Grand Arena and do something special for me with just 1 relic on that team. Same thing with Wampa, that's 1 character to relic. Savage Press, 1 character to relic. The Traya Omicron, it used to be that Traya was just a counter. The Sith Triumvirate, Traya, Scion, and Nihilus were just a counter for Geos and maybe some other stuff in between. She was used in some Galactic Legend counters back in the day. But now with her new Omicron, I know it's been nerfed, but we're still going to be finding lots of awesome counters that she's going to be able to do. The Sith Triumvirate, maybe even a Nihilus lead instead of a Traya lead. That team's going to do a lot of counters for you or get you started against some Galactic Legends. Just some really nasty stuff. So these Omicrons, the Omicrons that are available in the game have made it easier to farm less characters and be successful in Grand Arena. And if you're going to be punching up, because you guys have seen my Grand Arena, your Grand Arena looks the same. I'm at 4.7 million. Every time, you're going to see it tomorrow, I'm going to be here for Grand Arena. Every single time, I'm facing people 6, 7, 8 million. I need small teams that I can farm for the minimal investment and punch up against bigger teams. I need minimum, if I can get 1 character that can kill 5 of theirs, that's a big, hairy, stinking deal. Not to mention there's new Galactic Legend Jabba. There's also Starkiller now, which isn't that difficult of a farm. Yeah, it takes you some time. You got the Cantina nodes, you get the characters, you got the Cantina for all the relic levels, but on it in the Chirotex, of course, Chirotex. But regardless, farming Starkiller now in this game it's a 4-character farm to get basically a gas style character, a just under Galactic Legend level and even Galactic Legend level character in Grand Arena for yourself. Now, one trade-off for this, farming those original core teams is going to give you teams that maybe will benefit your guild better in territory wars and territory battles. These one character Omicrons I'm talking about are for Grand Arena. There aren't, well, I guess, I take it back. There's the Fulcrum Ahsoka, which is a one character Omicron for territory wars. I don't have it. I haven't used it. For me, I feel like to really advance my account, the best I can do for my guild is advance my account quicker. The way to advance my account quicker is to get as high in Grand Arena as I can to do as well in Grand Arena as I can do, at as low galactic power as I am, and that's these one character farms. So at the end of the day, and there are other changes and other factors too. The Inquisitor is becoming farmable now, and that's going to help your guild in territory battles. So at the end of the day, is the core 8 or 9 team farming still valid? The answer is yes. But I think there are different paths you can take that can get you to a galactic legend faster. And this game is all about galactic legends. I do these roster reviews every day. Almost nobody is farming just core teams anymore. You're farming 2 or 3 core teams. So you look at my Hyperdrive account. I got CLS up there. I'm not really relicking that team yet, but I farmed an Imperial Trooper team. I got a really nice Bounty Hunter team. I got that, but I've also got the Omicrons mixed in. I'm mixing the Wampa Omicron now. I've got the Anakin, the Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron. I got the Iden Versio Omicron on that account. So mixing those into a smaller account can really help you climb Grand Arena. So I feel like the core teams are still valid, but you need to get to Executor as fast as possible, or Profundity if that's the way you choose. And you just get 2 or 3 of the core teams. You can throw Geos in there as well as kind of a secondary core team. And then you need to get yourself a galactic legend or 2 on your roster because they really fit in well. Oh, and I forgot to mention these Omicrons too. The Omicrons and the extra characters. So First Order TIE Pilot Omicron. That's elevating the Supreme Leader Kylo farm, right? That's not a world beater team, but it sure makes a Phasma team in Grand Arena a lot better than it used to be. You can really defeat some teams you previously couldn't defeat. Then you look at some lifter characters like Ben Solo or Zori Bliss, who was just released. Those are there for the resistance team for the Ray farm. They make that Ray farm even better, and those are gonna be farmable characters as you move your roster forward. One of the big goals in the game: get to 4 million. 4 million gets you into hard conquest. 4 million gets you into proving grounds. You can farm those conquest characters that you missed. A lot of ways now to get to the higher levels of the game and really perform in Grand Arena that don't have to be those core 8 teams. I'm not bagging on them. It's not a bad way to do your roster. If that's what you want to do, go get them and you'll be fine. You'll do well. I just think you can do some more efficient things to really maybe save yourself months and months of farming to get gas or a full CLS team, or the Rebens. Although the Rebens are fairly easy farm to get them. To get them relics is another whole story itself. But I think there are some easier ways you can farm 1 or 2 or 3 characters and put them in Grand Arena, really perform for your squad. Guys, that's all I have to say. Let me know what you think. Tell me your opinions down in the comments. But yeah, I think you can farm a few. I think we should be doing farm a few core teams, then go after your Galactic Legend, get in there, but get the Executor before you even do that to get yourself up in Fleet Arena. That's all we got today. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. And of course, always remember, Nooch too good.